Okay, this is game number 2 in IBM versus Amazon. Currently Amazon is up 1-0. Right now we are on the map Akilon Wastes in a ZVZ.
What do you think of this map, ZVZ?
I think I lost on this game. I mean, on this map a long time ago, I remember, so it really sucks.
Yeah, this is the map that Argent Tower played golf on with this tiny choke on the third. And
yep, right here.
yeah, we replayed that game, I think a little earlier than the push happened, just to see if there's anything Argent Tower could do, and we're like, nope. Like, that build is just way too strong on this, especially on this map with that narrow choke and all the things you can do. Go away, cat.
Well, here in upper left we have Sancho, the red Zerg from Amazon. In the lower right we have the blue Zerg Swisha from Team IBM.
Yeah, Swisha was telling me he beat you in ZVZ like a million times in a row.
Yeah, he did.
We'll see if his ZVZ is up to par.
That's okay. I started beating him last night. I figured him out.
Yeah, all of our Zerg on our team are pretty even. I actually don't know who's the best Zerg.
Actually, you know what's something funny that I want to share on stream is after he beat me a couple times, he actually asked me, so when you play Argent Tower, who wins? So it sounds like he's going to go for you next, Argent Tower.
Nice.
He's going to throw down the gauntlet. I'm just going to tell you right now.
All right, bring it. Let's do it.
So it looks like Swisha is going to go, oh, I was going to say gasless, but it looks like he's going to take the gas a little bit later. Did I say Swisha? I meant Sancho. Yeah, Sancho is taking his gas a little bit later than Swisha.
So yeah, it looks like their builds are very similar. So
one gas then pool, and the other one pool then gas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how much of a difference does that make? I'm sorry.
Speed will be a little bit different, but that's about it. I don't think it'll make a huge difference.
Sorry.
Oh, and right now Swish is up 3 workers, so he will win, no problem.
That is true. Swisha is up 2. Oh no, yeah, it's starting to even out.
So yeah,
Both
very
are.
similar openings, I think. On both of
They're naturals.
Yeah.
So it looks like both of them are taking their natural right now. Of course, Sancho is a little bit ahead by about 30 seconds.
Yeah, Sancho did supply block himself, so we'll see if that makes any difference in the future.
But
looks like Swish is just getting speed and stopping with the gas. So
and
yeah.
since Swisha got his gas first, his speed's going to finish first, and then of course if there's any kind of pressure, then he's going to apply upon Sancho. That might make a difference, but it all depends on if Swisha decides to do that. And he already took the drones off of his extractor, so he's just going to be mining minerals here. He's going to be pushing out with 4 lings across the map. He's going to already see that there are no lings in a natural, at least. But
yeah,
we have
those things aren't going to do much with
those 6 lings coming.
6 lings coming out just now. Just going to nibble on that.
Oh, maybe he can pick off some drones. Yes, he can.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, run away.
Almost. Just get some mining time done. But
Yeah.
Almost gets a drone and then gets cornered. So now we're going to have Ring Around the Rosie going on. And
Might pick off one here, like this guy right here. Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, wait, why are you coming back? Oh, well.
Well, he finished, and
I see.
The other reinforcements come in, so
He's going to be rallying more lings.
Yes, yeah.
I guess maybe because he sees that these links don't have any speed, but it doesn't matter because we have a queen here in the ramp.
That'd be big.
The queen should turn around and attack, but oh, he's pulling some drones to help defend here. But he's going to lose a lot of drones.
Yeah, this is bad news for Sancho. This queen.
Oh, he is going to lose the queen.
Drones are dying. He needs to pull those back, and even though he cleaned it up, that was very costly.
We're going to see links continue to stream here, so I guess he is going to see if he can end it right here, if he can get a couple of more drones.
Links still coming? Oh, yeah. So
Swisha actually needs to be careful here, because what he's done is killed so much of Sancho's infrastructure, he's forcing Sancho to go all in at this point.
Hmm.
You can see Sancho switched to just pure Ling production now. So Swisha actually needs to be prepared to handle this ensuing all-in.
In fact, he's building nothing but, yep, links to defend, and then all he has to do is say, hey, screw it, I lost too many drones, I'm going to counter push. But of course, as we say that, we are seeing everybody's building more lings. Okay, well, let's see how well is Swisha going to be actually defending this push, this counter push. Queen should actually be jumping up here and trying to join in. Okay, so, yep, there you go.
Atomic trying to will Swish to use his queen. Like one of those old school games where you just type in commands. Use queen. Looks like I think Swish will clean this up pretty easily.
Oh, yeah,
And
no problem.
yeah,
Going back to the drone count. Well, actually, we see Sancho droning up a little bit more. So, oh,
Swisha just dropped his Bangwing Nest.
yeah.
Okay.
This seems like bad news for Sancho. He's down early unless he loses all his. Unless Swish loses all of his guys here. But yeah, with the Baneling Nest tech, I think Swish is in good shape. What's the drone count look like? 25-15. And we just started mining for Sancho at his naturals, so Swish in a pretty commanding lead, and just needs to keep that lead.
behind this, Swisha is droning up, so he's going to have this pretty commanding drone lead.
Yes,
But he's already morphing
we're
beams.
gonna get away.
And here comes the scouting overlord from Sancho. So he's going to see these morphing banelings here in the natural of Swisha. But I don't know, it seems like... No, don't hit that. Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like he's just going to use these Banes for defense rather than pressure, unless he's planning to walk these Banelings all the way across the map. But of course, you know, with these unbuildable rocks here in HOTS, you have to be careful not to lose your Banelings to that. That's why I was saying don't hit that. But right now we have about a, what is that, 16 supply lead for Swisha. And Swisha's transitioning to Roach. Sancho's just now put down the Baneling's nest. So it looks like maybe he's going to use his Banelings for defense.
Yeah.
No one's taken the towers, but I guess it's really not that important because everyone has some overlords spread out near the front of everybody's bases. So you guys should see with these overlords scouting in the middle of the map if you see any roaches or lings coming your way. But it looks like Sancho might do a poke here with these, what is that, 22 lings.
Yeah, and one Baneling could take all those out, so he's got to be pretty careful. This poke. Oh, it looks like he's going to do some Baneling pressure on his own. So
Yep.
we'll see how well the splitting and all that other stuff happens.
Swisha should see some of this with his forward overlord right here. And then we'll see how he, well, I don't know if he sees it. He's not reacting. And here comes the Banelings. Oh, this might be a good hit right here. Oh.
No, that was okay.
Here comes the roaches. He has to block that ramp. He's going to lose these
Oh, he's gonna
queens.
lose both his queens?
Yep, he's going to lose both those queens. Yeah, he might be able to, yeah, he's going to be able to hold here.
Yeah.
Behind this, Sancho has actually droned up. We should see a number that's pretty close now. Yep, there's only a 4 drone lead for Swisha. These lings are going to run back home. But Swisha is going to push a little bit with these Banelings and roaches across the map.
Yeah, very slow push, but I think it's going to do some major damage here.
Yeah, Banelings are not going to do too much against roaches.
No. They're making more spine crawlers, which is a good idea for Sancho, but he can just go straight into the main if he wants.
Yep. This wide open gap right here just marches right in. And of course, Sancho is putting down some spine crawlers in his main as well, but... And then he's also just now finishing his Roach Warren, so that should finish soon. Of course, now Swisha's going to push. Now we see, okay, the drones are being pulled back into the main, so he's not going to try to use them to defend. Swisha's going to take a free hatchery here at the natural.
Yeah, I think this is really bad news for Sancho.
Yep.
This is pretty much an unwinnable situation.
All he can do here is hope to do here is defend.
Yeah, but then he needs to tech switch or something to get ahead.
Well, he's going to get a lot of
There you
lanes,
go.
but
Stand on the ramp.
all Swisha has to do is stand on the ramp. Or even walk around these spines right here.
You should just ignore the spines and just sit there. He won't. Right now he's about to get surrounded.
Yeah, but still, I mean, he's doing a ton of damage, so
The Lings
not
are
the
going to
best,
surround.
but
Yeah. And then these reinforcing roaches are going to clean that up.
yeah,
But our
not the
blue
best move,
Zerg
but
is on 2
still,
bases.
still way ahead at this point.
Yeah, he's good. It looks like Sancho's going to try to retake this this expansion here.
Yeah, and he did save most or all of his drones, so Sancho not dead. He's just gonna still, as this game has gone on, he's still been way behind the whole time.
Right.
I think Sancho should tech switch, right, to like maybe mutas. Just he needs something that kind of.
He's going to choose Hydras, it looks like. +1 on the way. Sancho is not working on his upgrades yet, but Sancho is trying to work on these rocks right here. Looks like he's going to try to take. Oh, he's going to take a quick third.
Okay, so that's what he's gonna try to.
Well, he's not going to be happy because he should see these roaches marching across the map. So go to Sancho
Yeah,
cam.
+1 is right about to finish, so that'll make a pretty big difference too in this
Yep.
fight.
And
And they
then,
do have speed also.
but Sancho does see the roaches. He does have 5 roaches reinforcing and being built right now, being morphed right now. But he's probably going to lose this natural. 29 roaches to 17 roaches.
And +1 attack just finished for Swisha.
And +1 carapace is about to finish. So Atomic's right. He should go ahead and contain.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
even
hang on
expand.
ramp.
And looks like Sancho is getting a layer.
Oh, he's just going to
But,
push in.
I mean, maybe with all these roaches, he could probably just push in with +1 advantage. I think he should probably win here.
Looks
And
like he
I
does
think
have enough
that-
roaches.
GG's.
Yeah, or just win. We have 8 roaches in production, but it's not going to matter because we have a crap ton of roaches, and there's a GG.
Well played by taking a small victory in the beginning and putting into a win in the end. Well played.
Well played by both players.
Except for him throwing away all those roaches. That was terrible. Terrible. You're watching the stream, Swish.
He shouldn't
I
be.
never make any mistakes, so I can tell you that. Alright.
So it looks like IBM evened up the series 1-1.
Yeah, and so big